Oh, you had a couple guys honored today. Martin was freshman of the year offense, and David was the newcomer of the year. Any thoughts on getting honored?
Well, yeah, I mean, we had a number of guys honored today when the Big 12 came out, and I thought it was, I'm proud of all those guys. It's a team game, and there are a lot of people who put a lot of effort in. Not even guys that weren't honored, who I felt were deserving also, and it's a team game, and it just goes to show you we made some improvement. We did some good things as a football team this year.
Well, this is a different Oklahoma offense, and Jones is further along, but the defense effort last year, what can you guys kind of take from that against them into this game?
Nothing really. It's different time, different place, different offense, and new challenges.
What do you think you guys did well in that game? What kind of triggered what you guys did in that game?
Like I said, it's a different time, different place. That's furthest thing from my mind is what happened in that game last year.
How have you seen Landry improve since last year, though?
Landry's a good football player. I think he makes good decisions. He's decisive, and he's a good football player.
Are there any similarities between the hurry-up offense that they run and the hurry-up offense that Oklahoma State ran against you?
Different offenses. I mean, the tempo's fast at times. Is fast, and there's some similarities, but the different offenses.
But the tempo, did that?
Yeah, the tempo can be similar. Yeah.
Well, your pass defense is nationally up there again, top 5. This is a pretty big week for those guys to show up. When you look at that matchup, what's the key for you guys from a pass defense standpoint?
Well, it's a good matchup. They're pretty balanced. I mean, I think they run the ball fairly well at times, and they have a lot of talent, a lot of good skilled people on the outside. So, and they got a trigger man who can get the ball to everybody, and they stretch the field on you. So it's a good challenge for us.
What do you have to do well against them?
Execute, not make mistakes, and tackle well in space, and cover people. And obviously you got to, on top of it, you got to get pressure up front. You want to, make the quarterback uncomfortable.
Royals has 115 catches for them. How do they get him the ball, and what makes him maybe the best receiver in the Big 12?
Well, he's a good football player. They move. They do a good job of. They get him the ball in a lot of different ways. Try to get him the ball in space, and he makes plays. He's a heck of a playmaker, a good football player.
After your secondary, as you look back over just guys in development, guys like Haig, Jones, Prince, at what point over the last 3 years did you really see all of those guys start to really gel and just become the player and the unit that they are?
Well, I think it's a process. It's a development, and I think that they've steadily gotten better, and they developed an understanding of what we're trying to do defensively, and they've bought in, they've worked hard, and they've improved, and it's all part of it. It's about developing.
How has your relationship with Bob Stoops grown over the years that you guys have both been coaches in the league?
Well, we got a relationship well beyond.
I mean, has it changed at all since then? Has it developed further?
No, we've always had a good relationship, and probably always will. We've families, and we've known each other for a long time. So I wouldn't say that being a head coach in this league has changed anything.
You guys still talk in the off season? I know you see each other a couple times, but other than that, did you talk more when you were an assistant and he was a head coach, or how has that changed?
No, it really hasn't changed at all. from when I was assistant to I'm a head coach to, till back when I was in the NFL.
Would you take any extra satisfaction in beating him Saturday?
It's not about Bob and I, it's about two football teams, two football programs. There's a lot of other people involved in this thing, and no, I guess is the answer. It's about the kids. It's not about us. It's not about the coaches. It's about the kids.
But what would a Big 12 title mean in your last year in the league?
Well, we've worked. We've worked really hard this year. The kids have put a lot of effort in, so it'd mean a lot. That's what we set out to do when the season started, was win the Big 12, and obviously that's it was that would be and that's what we set out to do.
But when do you want to make a decision on your starting quarterback by, or when do you think you need to?
What time's the game start? Saturday.
I think your kids need to know before that, though, when they're around.
No.
Have you seen Cody's confidence kind of grow the more time he's been in there?
Well, I would assume his confidence grew from how he played the other day, but he's a confident kid and very capable, and we have a lot of confidence in Cody. And I think he's ready to play. I always know he's ready to play.
Where has Cody shown the most improvement this season, do you think?
In all areas. He's just developed. He hasn't got a lot of playing time, but practice and all that is all part of the development, and you just see him getting better and better every time that he gets an opportunity, and hopefully he'll continue to improve like every other guy on our football team.
There were times where you brought Zach Lee in instead of him this year, and he didn't bat an eye. What does that say about Cody's attitude?
They're all those guys. It just, I think it represents the type of attitude on our football team. It's a team game, and they're all team players, and they want to do whatever it takes to win. And they have confidence in the coaches, and they have confidence in themselves and their teammates, and everybody plays for the guy next to them. It's not about one individual guy, it's about the football team.
Did you feel slighted that they didn't present a trophy to you?
No, I understand. I understand there's some other circumstances that played into that, but no, it didn't. I didn't bat an eye. That's not an issue.
Will you gladly accept one on Saturday, though, if you win the game?
That's obvious, right?
Coach, do you feel like your team's playing its best football here towards the end of the season?
Well, I think there's still more out there for this football team that we got to keep getting better. And Saturday night gives us that opportunity to, we haven't reached our potential yet, and there's still a lot more out there for us. And it'd be nice if it all came together on Saturday night. That's what you strive for, to keep getting better and each and every week, and that's the challenge ahead of us this week.
Though Prince was named first-team All-American yesterday by the coaches, even though he doesn't have any interceptions, what does that say about him as a corner when he makes All-American? We just talk about what he does so well.
It says that the people voting know what they're talking about. It's not about statistics, it's about how you play. And I think he leads the country in pass breakups, I think. He's had a tremendous year, he's a tremendous football player. And I think that honor was well deserved.